Welcome to Through the Rough, a place where real-life people share the real-life experiences that have shaped us into who we are today.
Welcome back for part 3 of Drew's episode titled The Cost.
And is that what you was your mindset with working and earning money so you're like, oh yeah, so then I can buy this much alcohol?
Yeah, more or less. It was just to survive.
Yeah.
Just to survive. And then I went to Oklahoma for a while and worked down there. And then my ex-fiance bailed me out of Oklahoma, came and rescued me.
And bailed you out of jail?
No, from Oklahoma.
Just getting you out of that environment.
Yeah. Because we had partied back in the day and we were talking and she just said, come home. And I was like, how? She's like, I got money. All right. So she fucking flew her ass down there. We rented a U-Haul for me, one of those trailers. We packed all my shit up and drove back to Omaha. This is 2008, a couple years before I got sober. Tried making it work for a couple years, and that didn't pan out because I'm drinking and she doesn't like that, So same old. But I've had a lot of people in my life that have carried me through some rough shit that I just shit on, right? Her being one of them. So a lot of my friends that were in the union just shit on all of them, right? Didn't pay them rent when I stayed there. Just used them for what I could get. I think you were one of the few people that missed that bullet as far as because you were teaching me a lot of stuff on how to talk to women and whatnot.
So I gotta keep this guy right.
Yeah, exactly. The Italian stallion was like,
We don't have to go there.
he was, we could literally do a whole nother podcast on the years between 2005 and 2008 with me and Sam.
Oh, I bet.
That's an After Dark episode.
Yeah,
For those
exactly.
who don't know, we do have a Patreon account with our After Dark episode.
We could talk about some weird shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard some of these stories.
Not very many.
Said some.
Sometimes it needs to say some, Yeah. And then that was my attempt at a normal life and just didn't work out because I wanted to drink all the time. I remember I'd buy a case of beer on the way home because at this time I was high class drinking Miller Lite.
Stepped it up a
I'd
notch.
get a 24 pack and I would always come home with a 22 pack. And he made a comment like, hey, can't you at least wait till you get home to have a couple? Yeah, no problem, babe. So then I started buying a 24 pack and 2 tall boys.
Oh, fuck. You're
Yeah.
just putting those down so you don't open the big one.
Yeah, hey, I got my 24 pack. We're good to go.
During all of this time, did you recognize you had a problem? Were you fully aware of this and just ignored it, or you just didn't realize it either?
That's a good question. I need to contemplate that for a little bit because it's like when you're in it, and there isn't a lot of comprehension going on as far as abstract thought of my circumstances.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm just fucking surviving. Where's the money coming from? Where's the booze coming from? Do I have a place to lay down tonight if I need to? Right? And as long as those boxes were checked, whatever, And then, I left her and I think this is part of when I started doing the band thing and whatnot. I know that was a while ago, but I met a dude named Bill Hershey. I can say his name because he's dead now. Fortunately or unfortunately, the dude was a fucking train wreck, but he was one of the most gifted guitarists I've ever known.
Yeah.
And it's sad. He had manic bipolar, horrible mental health issues, but he could fucking shred with the best of them. I'm talking Van Halen, Buckethead, Jim Henson, the top tier guitarist in the world. He could do it. Vaunt almost. And we ended up getting a room together, our apartment together. And I was hanging out with this, we were drinking and whatnot, but he would get kind of weird when he wasn't on his meds. And I had this girl over, and Bill brought me into the kitchen and wanted to talk about weird shit. Hey, we should cut her up.
What? What?
We could put her in the freezer. Nobody will know. We do what we want. Yeah, completely out of his mind. I was like,
What the?
Talk a fucking psychotic dude off the ledge. Like, no, Bill, it's okay. Let's. Why don't you wait in here? I'll go talk to her.
Oh my God!
Wow.
What was the catalyst for him to even come up with a thought like that?
Probably been thinking about it all day because he'd been off his med.
Yeah.
Right, and he stayed in the kitchen like a good boy, and I rushed her out, got her in her car, and I'm coming back in, and Bill's like, "Where is she? She left." And he just takes off running out into the parking lot
After her?
And this dumb bitch stopped the car and rolled down the window, the passenger window, She's driving. And then I flip out. Like, I go red, and that doesn't happen very often. And I take off at a dead sprint towards him. And I'm drunk. He's drunk, right? Like, she's drunk, I think. So nobody's making good decisions.
Yeah.
He's drunk and unmedicated, which
Yeah.
is terrible. I yell at him right before I get there. It's like, Bill. And then he pulls his head out of the car and looks at me with this fucking, what? And I hit him with a clean right. And he goes board stiff and hits the fucking pavement. And then I mount him and I dribble the back of his head off the fucking concrete about 12 times.
My God.
Poof, poof, poof. And then she gets out of the car and comes around the back. Is like, Drew, stop, you're gonna kill him. And then I go white again and I'm okay. And I look down at him, he's doing the breathing thing. Like, oh, he's still breathing. So I call 911. Hey, I just beat my buddy up. He needs to go to the hospital.
Well, it's good.
What the hell became of that?
He went to the ICU for 4 or 5 days, and I didn't have a chance to move out yet.
Where did you go? Did you go to jail?
No,
The police didn't do anything?
no,
They're just like, oh, okay, two drunk guys fighting.
We- no. We thought he was gonna kill her.
Yeah.
That was a legit concern for both of us.
And did the police think he was going to kill her?
Not in his
Was
condition.
he ever charged with anything?
No,
That
no.
is so, like, how that all, like,
When he got out of the hospital, he came back to the apartment, and I hadn't moved out yet. And I think
bygones?
no, we tried, and he got drunk. No, I think he was doing duster,
What's that?
air duster.
Sniffing
what the
it?
fuck What
Yeah.
does that even do to you?
What?
What does that even do to you?
It's like Charlie and Always Sunny.
What
Like
is it?
sniffing glue kind of
It's
shit,
like- it's like-
right?
That just get you dizzy?
It's like doing whippets.
I've
You
never
would-
done whippets.
Deprive your head of oxygen.
So it's just like getting dizzy.
I know, but it's a lot more intense because the extra chemicals in there. And he's doing them, and I'm hearing him banging all over the place in his fucking room while I'm in my room playing Counter-Strike, door locked. And then he comes in and he starts waving a fucking golf club in my face. Like, I'm gaming, right? Face forward. He's behind me. I'm just trying to ignore him. And he's got this putter. He's like waving in front of my face. And then he just fucking poop right on top of my head with it. So I throw my fucking headphones off and I stand up and I'm like, what the fuck, Bill? And he's like, now you're going to find out how hard I can really hit. He's like, okay. And then I fucking take care of business again because he's a fucking dumb fuck or whatever. I don't know. He tries to hit me, doesn't succeed, and then I beat him up again on the fucking futon that I was sleeping on. I couldn't hit him with my right, so because it was all fucked up from the night before.
This is like the next fucking day?
No,
It's like
just
4
4
days.
days hospital for 4 days.
Yeah, he was in the ICU for 4 days. Like concussion, cracked fucking orbital.
And he's still not on
No. Not at all.
at this point when he's bonking you with
Yeah.
a putter.
Yeah. Yeah. And I fucking smoke him and I call the cops and he goes to jail for a long time. And then I finally, then I get sober after that, not too long after that. And he's on the list of amends. I
Okay.
finally get a hold of him. And the amends is don't ever talk to me again. Bet later. And that was it. Right. He was in a treatment center somewhere where somebody else I knew that was going. And I got a hold of him and that was, if there's anything I do to make it right, like, don't ever talk to me again. I don't want to see you. All right, dude.
That
Best-
that
best
was
of luck.
his stipulation
Yeah.
for the amends to
Yeah.
follow through.
Best of luck. And then come to find out, like 7 years later, he's in Texas and he gets run over by a car walking through interstate traffic, probably on a psychotic episode.
Killed him? Wow. And that was a part of your life.
Yeah, I've never experienced violence like that. I never knew I had the capability to be violent. Like I say, if she wouldn't have come around the car and said something, I would have killed that man that night. And that was not, I still carry that. Kinda, not really. I wasn't that drunk. I had like maybe a few. We were going to go drink more, right?
Yeah.
But I had maybe like a 6-pack. And to me, that's fucking water.
Yeah.
But it was, God, I mean, I never thought I was capable until then. So now I try to hold myself a little differently in those situations. I'm not ever going to be the one to start conflict, because I know I have and I don't know what the switch is, right? He was going after her. I think that was the switch because I cared about her at the time. I still do. I care about everybody I meet, right?
Yeah. And he said some
He said some fucked up
horrible
shit.
things
Yeah.
that are
Wanted to cut her up and
terrifying.
put her in the
Yeah.
fridge.
Exactly.
And then literally
that's-
ran out after her.
Yeah.
It's very bizarre.
Not delivery. This is DiGiorno, bro. Come on.
Well, I mean, you did the right thing. I mean, even though beating him up, but
He
you
was
went out there to stop.
after the first one. He was incapacitated, but it kept going, and it was
You ever feel like maybe those are some inner demons of yours coming out?
Yeah, definitely.
But what do you feel
Definitely.
like maybe those demons may have been?
Oh, it's pent up rage and anger from childhood and whatnot, not being able to defend myself in certain situations when I was a kid, getting picked on and whatnot. That's where a lot of that shit comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why I'm trying to find another therapist to start talking about a bunch of that shit again. you know, so because therapy is legit.
It
Highly
is.
recommend
It
it.
is.
Everybody
Yep.
should do it.
I think so. I
To a
agree with
point.
that. I think everyone should just at some point, go to therapy. I think I agree with that. It's helped me a lot
Do
of
you
times in my life.
do you ever read like self-help books or anything like that, or spiritual guidance or shit, even the Bible for that matter?
I'm not a reader.
No, not at all.
I
Audiobooks?
want to be.
Audiobooks?
Nah, I fucking listen to podcasts and shit.
You do?
I'm a YouTube Red member,
Are you?
so
No.
no ads.
So fancy.
Can watch it on my fucking phone locked.
Look at you.
I know, I'm fancy. Fancy like that. Well, we realized we were paying for YouTube Red and Spotify Premium at the same time, and it's like, why? So we got rid of the Spotify and started using YouTube Music, and YouTube
Yeah.
Music sucks compared to Spotify as far as like the UX experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't ever use the YouTube music. I'm Spotify all the way.
Oh, yeah, me too.
What was that other one? Pandora. I used to
Yeah.
use Pandora like a motherfucker.
Pandora's still around, but
Yeah. The Napster days.
Hell yeah.
Throwback, dude.
I was talking to my kids about that the other day. I'm like, you guys don't know shit about the internet and how music started.
Get your
Like,
first
yeah, do you download a 3-minute song and it'd only take 2.5 days?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's even worse.
256 kilobytes a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was downloading porn at that speed was fucking a challenge. And why is the
Man.
family computer got all these?
It says our computer has gonorrhea. What the hell?
Yeah, basically. Basically, it's so slow. Don't look at that fucking phone.
so kind of like during all this, did you feel that you were ever dependent upon alcohol?
100%.
You did.
Yeah.
You did recognize that.
Oh yeah, I knew it was a necessity,
Did you
especially
e-
at that point in time, right? Because that was like January of 2010, and then it was DUI, and then it was arson that set the Jeep on fire, and then it was.
I remember the Jeep thing, Drew.
Yeah,
I remember you calling me and saying, Sam, I don't know what the fuck I did. I set my Jeep on fire.
Yeah.
I'm like, why?
because I didn't want to fucking pay for it
Yeah,
anymore.
you're like, I don't want to pay. I'm like, yeah, but dude, you're going to go to fucking jail. You can't do
the best bet? You should have sold it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. But caught in the delusion, best answers are the most simple ones, I guess. Occam's razor. But and then it was painting lines on the roads and then passing out in the walk-in closet and then waking up sober and being filled with that. It wasn't a decision. I didn't make the decision to stay sober. It was given to me, if that makes sense.
Yep. I know what you mean.
okay.
It was a thought that was placed in my head like, well, I'm going back to AA. And that was it. I dug through that plastic piece of shit 3-drawer Rubbermaid tote. I found Matt K's number. I called it. Then I met with him for coffee the day after. So I did that meeting with Wally and did all that. And then I met with Matt for coffee at 8 in the morning, which is the earliest I had ever been up on a Saturday in God knows how long. And we just talked. And we talked about some shit. And we talked about like what alcoholism is and isn't, and God. And he asked me if I believed in a power greater than myself. And I was like, I don't know, dude. I'm still pretty fucked right here. I laid all the shit on the line, like, hey, I set my Jeep on fire, all this, da da da. I was like, well, why don't you just use mine for the time being? So I did. Like, well, he's got something, so I'll just chase that. And that dude taught me a lot. He ran me through a bunch of stuff. He showed me how to do inventory the right way. And I remember we were doing some work outside of another Starbucks. I'm a Starbucks whore, and so is he. We're both Starbucks cucks. Fucking Starbucks cuck, dude.
Heard that.
I will cuck for some Starbucks, not even shitting. You can call me the basic white boy or whatever. I don't care. But
Now
I'm
your pumpkin spice.
the drive-through getting a brown sugar oat milk shake and espresso with light ice and extra shot and top it off with oat milk every morning almost. Yeah, because it's like more from work. It's my house. Starbucks is literally less than a mile away, and then work is less than a mile from Starbucks. So I get to work in 3 minutes if I don't stop, 5 to 7 if I do stop, which is super convenient, right?
Oh yeah.
They're building a Starbucks directly across the street from my office.
Oh, dope.
Like right across. I can spit and hit the fucking building.
Nice. Yeah, dude. It's a good time. I remember because like it's really hard for people to understand grace
Yes, I agree.
because we're raised in a society where everything is contingent on something else.
Yep.
And it's not necessarily a good thing because that's not necessarily an accurate statement. I mean, yes, it applies to certain things, but grace is getting something without expectation of a return or anything for that matter. We're just going to give you this and we're going to do with it what you want, hope for the best, whatever the case may be. And that's how people get sober, in my opinion. God gives us a little bit of grace. Like he fucking pushed me over in that closet and I fell over and I passed out. And then I woke up with the thought that I'm going back to AA and I'm not drinking again. And I haven't. But there's millions of people every day that happens to, but they don't do anything about it.
They don't recognize that opportunity.
No, they don't. And I've talked to people that have been in those situations and didn't do the about face. They didn't get to experience. They didn't understand what grace meant. Like, yeah, it's there's no expectation to it, but there's a time limit. I'm going to give you a certain amount of grace. I'm going to take this obsession to drink away from you. I don't know when it's going to end. You don't know when it's going to end. You better get your ass in gear. And if you don't, it's going to fade. And you're going to drink again. And for us to drink is to die.
And you have to wait for the next opportunity if it ever
If.
presents itself.
Yeah, that's the kicker. I know for a fact that I have another relapse in me 100%. I could leave here, go to Oscar's down the road, have some wings and a beer. It'd probably be a pretty good time, right? But I do not know if I have another sober in me. And that's what people forget. Like, oh, I'll just get sober tomorrow or the next day
Yeah.
or the next day. And there's been like probably in the almost 15 years I've been sober, there's probably been about one person a year where they thought that and they're not here anymore.
Really?
They're dead
Wow.
because they had another relapse, but they didn't have another sober in 'em.
I actually, I just found out that I lost a good friend of mine she passed away in October,
Mhm.
alcoholism, and I didn't have this. I am fucking terrible at recognizing this shit, to be honest. I'm
Like,
the worst.
It's again, show yourself grace. It's not you recognizing.
Yeah, but still, like, I
Hating
would
him.
think I would have known
I lived with
and
an
didn't have
alcoholic.
the slightest idea. And she fucking died. Complete liver failure. Shut down and died.
Oh yeah. Like she was saying, she lived with an alcoholic. I had no clue.
It took big things to happen to really
Mhm.
start seeing this is a problem.
It's amazing that there are thousands of people right now in the United States. Thousands is an understatement. I think
Millions.
it's safer to
I
say.
have
Well, I wouldn't
The-
say millions.
The
I
estimate
would say
is
tens of thousands of people who are living with and or around severe alcoholics who are going through some real shit, and they don't have the slightest fucking idea that that's actually happened.
well, yeah, because it's still this. Well, they just need to pick themselves up by their bootstraps. They just lack the self will. When it's none of that.
That's a societal error, I think.
Mm.
And it's like, well, they can help themselves. They can help themselves. It's like Austin. If you listen to Austin's podcast, where I mean, he may not have said it in the podcast, but I know he said it to me directly. I'm like, how did you turn out wired the way you are? He goes, man, I was raised by many villages. And I'm like, God, that is fucking phenomenal. When you think about that concept where people come together, groups of people come together for a common good, for not just that individual, but they're raising that individual and they're raising everybody around them and themselves. And if people could operate on a day-to-day like that, if everything that you do, it would help not eliminate, but it would help combat these types of addictions and these types of things that people go through on a day-to-day basis that are hidden in a closet that nobody knows about. And I want to ask you, this right now. How physically did it feel to recognize the fact that alcoholism and the alcohol itself was something that your body, your mental, everything about you depended on, and then knowing that you were about to take that away, like in hiding all of that, like from the world, how did that feel, like emotionally for you?
You mean like when I woke up that morning?
Well, you spent your life hiding it. Again,
Yeah.
throw yourself down on the altar. Nobody's going to fucking know your faults or your flaws.
Yeah.
But you have to live with that day to day. You're carrying that physical baggage and weight around with you. What does that feel like?
It's heavy, man.
Describe it. Heavy's great, but describe that shit.
Well, it's an internal weight, right? It's tension, physical weight. My stress is in my shoulders, particularly in this area.
Yeah.
And I'll walk around like this all fucking day when I got some shit going on, not even knowing that I'm doing this. And then the second I do that, it's like, oh, it's amazing.
That relaxed
Yeah.
motion, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's just it's a head weight. It's like all the fucking well, and that also leads to a lot of other mental shit. Like a lot of people with alcoholism get misdiagnosed other shit because they got their head so full of all these fucking shameful events and lies and the webs and the preconceived notions and the shit that they think they know is wrong with them when they don't, right? Because like self knowledge, like just knowledge of my disease doesn't fucking get me there.
Yeah.
And we can go back to that fucking cocktail party. Like we're not. It's just a noisy, weighted burden that just fucking eats at you like an acid, and it sucks. And the only thing that can quiet it is drinking more, which is
Because
part of the disease.
that alcohol, if you were to put it into a visual depiction, and this is my attempt at this to contextualize this,
Mm-hmm.
a tunnel through a mountain that's pitch black, and the alcohol is that little teeny weeny bead of light that you can see at the end. It's giving you that hope to get through all of that knotted nest of thoughts. Is that kind of
Yeah.
yeah? And
I-
the closer you get to that, the more that other shit fades away.
And you see the light. Well,
But now recognize that, yeah, this fucking alcohol, this thing that I'm using to get through this, it's killing me. It's killing my relationships. It's fucking up my job. It's fucking up my life one step at a time
Mhm.
without me even realizing that this is unfolding because I'm only focused on getting to that light through this nest of thoughts.
Yeah, to a point. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I remember I threw a party at my apartment that I had on 30th and Dodge. Used to be behind a little old Radio Shack. I don't know if you remember that apartment.
Kind of. It had a
Yeah.
basement,
Yeah.
like with wooden
With
stairs, I
the
think.
Christmas lights and all that. And the
Yeah,
couches
and
and
you
shit.
had you played a guitar down there.
Yeah, and the night it was like a BYOB party. It was super dope. All of my friends from Spaghetti Works, the people that I work with, a bunch of downtown server folk were there. And it was a good fucking party.
Yeah.
It was a good time. And the next day, I went around and grabbed all the old beer and put it in a pitcher and put it in my fridge, and that's what I drank the next night.
my God.
It was a full ass pitcher, dude, and it got me where I needed to go. But it was opportunity presented itself for some free booze.
Yeah.
Fuck if it's a day old or whatever, do you know? My dad used to tell me stories about drinking warm Bush Light underneath a bridge out in some middle of nowhere, Nebraska. You know?
It was when I was about 11 or 12 years old. I grew up on a cattle ranch in South Dakota. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I was about 11 or 12 years old. And when I say cattle ranch in South Dakota, it was fucking huge. This is fucking huge.
Feedlot.
No.
No.
I'm talking
Oh, like
Open
a
range.
ranch
fucking
ranch.
massive
Yeah, ranch,
acres.
ranch.
And I'm walking, and I'm probably 4 or 5 miles from the house, and I'm walking through this pasture, and there's this old, like pull behind combine. What are they fucking Case IH?
Yeah.
The red combines.
Yeah.
No top on it. None
Case
of that.
or Massey.
Yeah, Massey Ferguson. That's what it was. Old as shit. And I'm a little kid, and I climb up it because it's cool. I'm like, this is really cool. I'm climbing up on top. And it's maybe 95 degrees out. And I see this little brown bottle. You know, what are they called? Those, they make them in Iowa, those rope bottles. You know, they're small little beer bottles.
It's like a jug.
Shorter, like little shorties.
Yeah.
Short, stout ones. And I had no idea what it is. And it's a fucking old Grain Belt beer. And I didn't know what the fucking Grain Belt was. I'm fucking 12 years old. I don't know what this shit is. But I popped the top off. And it goes, I'm like, whoa, that's really cool. And I took a drink of it. The beer's like probably 115 degrees. You know, it burns my lips and my tongue. And it's the worst, most foul shit I've ever. But I remember that moment so vividly and so clear that I could smell it. It smelled like dirty water.
That's fucking great. I think my dad gave me a sip of Budweiser when I was like 6. Like, hey, can I try that? He's like, yeah.
Yeah, I think my dad, I know my dad, and my dad wasn't a drinker at all.
No.
Like, not at all. Or at least I didn't ever really see him drink. He had, once in a while, there was maybe a 6-pack in the fridge. My dad gave me a beer, me and my siblings, to like split up. It was like a Budweiser or something like that when we were kids, and we drank it. And I remember it just tasted like shit to me. Why does anybody drink that shit? You know, you spit it, it's all foamy, it comes spraying all over the place. And then, you know, you get into your adulthood and it's an acquired taste. You know, but it's weird when you think back at those situations where you, day old, don't give a fuck, just want to throw it down.
There's a lot of those days, man.
Yeah.
A lot of those days. It was pretty constant up to the end. Daily drinking. I get that.
Did you ever have times like when, you know, during all this drinking that you would have a day or so where you didn't like ever, or did you drink every day?
The only times that I didn't was like if I had to go back to the farm and help my parents.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't do that to my dad, right? That was like the only circumstance that I could put myself into that I wouldn't drink, and it sucked.
I was gonna say, do you have withdrawal symptoms?
Yeah, yeah, it sucked. I mean, I wouldn't go into full blown DTs, but I attribute that to my genetics, where I never really had a so-called blackout despite drinking heavily for years.
When you say blackout, you mean as in not
No,
remembering
yeah,
what happened?
yeah. I would have like brownouts where you know how your memory is more like a video
Yeah.
printed in
See?
a photo album,
Yeah.
where it's like,
You
oh
remember
yeah,
bits and pieces,
yeah,
but enough to paint a picture.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I had a general idea what was going on, but I never really experienced DTs, so to speak. Creepy crawlies, skin crawling, that kind of stuff. Cold sweats, like the first couple days. I jumped in the middle right from the get, and I didn't leave until like recently. You know, there was a couple of years recently where I didn't go to meetings for at all, like one meeting a year. Not cool, not cool. But
But during that time, you still stayed sober.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well, when God removes the obsession to drink, it's gone. Unless you start doing some real fucked up shit, like shady shit and shit you know you shouldn't be doing, or just completely signing off on God. Like I still try and pray and meditate. Like I sat at the edge of my bed and threw a little, what do you think today, dude? It's 12:15. I gotta be somewhere at 1. Let's fucking do it. And got up, got dressed, threw my best fucking shorts and hoodie on.
As it's 15 degrees outside.
Got my beat up 2011 Chevy Silverado with the fucking leaking exhaust, and I gotta open the door from the outside, not the inside.
Right on. I saw that truck pull up. I was like, God damn, that was a big old truck.
That fucker has never not started.
Yeah.
I need to put air in the tires. I'm still hanging out at like 20 psi in one of them, but they got that stiff wall in them, so
Yeah.
you can run them at like 15 and they're fine. So, but like, so I got sober in 2010, and I'm learning all this shit about myself and going through the inventory process and making amends and learning about all that, going to meetings, building up this network of people around me. Right, I'm very well known inside of the AA community around here, and not so much in the last couple years because I kind of took a mini vacation. Not because I wanted to or had to. It's just kind of circumstantially what happened. Because I didn't make it a priority, and we're definitely working on getting back to that, where it's like 2 or 3 meetings a week, because they're my fucking people. If I don't go to AA or do stuff, I don't have any friends except for my wife and my kids, and that gets kind of lonely, right? I get tired of talking to her. I get tired of talking to my kid, and I need other people to thin that out.
Yeah.
And when I'm able to have those conversations with other people, I don't get tired of talking to her, right? Because I got some variety, and I love my wife to death. I do. She saved my life, literally, like actually, has saved my life on 3 different occasions since we started dating.
Well, let's hear this. Occasion number 1.
So we both been sober in AA for a while.
She was also an alcoholic?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Is that how you guys met? Or?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I was on Bumble and she was on Bumble, and I swiped on her because you swipe on people in AA because it's funny, right? And then she swiped on me and we started talking on Bumble, and it was funny. We ended up going to sushi and I stole all the wasabi, and she was fucking pissed 'cause I didn't think she wanted wasabi, and I just took all the wasabi, and she's like, and then I like, oh my God. And I like, apparently I did this. I don't, if I called this a blackout if you want, but she said I snapped my fingers at the waiter.
What?
To get him to get me more wasabi to make up for my fuck up, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I did that, but she's got a pretty good memory.
Yeah.
She's got a better memory than I do, for sure. So I probably did that just out of sheer panic. Like I fucked this date up from the
Super subconscious.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta
She
fix this
was my-
without her noticing.
yeah.
And that's what she noticed.
My wife is the most gorgeous 6'1" redhead you have ever seen.
6'1"? Aren't you like 5'11"?
No, I'm
Oh, you're
6 foot.
6'1", yeah.
I'm 6'1". Depends
Yeah.
if I got more. If we're just
Depends on what boots you're wearing.
Dude, if we're heel to heel, she's got me by a half inch. And
Wow.
it's fine, right? She doesn't like wearing heels anyway, so I'll just wear my cowboy boots and she'll hunch down a little bit. But she's amazing, and I love her to death. And if I was to have a regret in life, it would be treating her in a manner that she didn't deserve to be treated in our early dating life and marriage. Because that didn't. There was zero. I mean, you could say that we walked through it and whatnot, but it's just not the same, right?
Like her journey versus your journey.
I mean,
Just
What's not the same?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Side, and you can snug those, and it'll keep that from tipping.
Well, I just keep hitting it with my fucking chin.
If you can, like, these will snug.
Yeah, thank you. I was talking to some women that I shouldn't have been talking to. There was no cheating, but definitely like mental cheating,
Yeah.
emotional cheating. Like,
Mhm.
hey, let me see your titties. Da, da, da. Send me a fucking picture.
That's a little more than mental.
Our
Well-
definitions of cheating are a little off.
Well, it was all via messaging and whatever. Like,
Or
Yeah.
physically met up with these
no,
people. Yeah.
no. And then, but recently we kind of I came to a realization that had I not done that in the early, because it was a deal where like we were camping and I let her use my phone for something, and she went through my messages on Instagram and found some of the messages I was talking to this girl in California that I had known from a Facebook group back in the day that actually got my original Facebook profile banned because I was posting nudes in a nude group that was supposed to be a private nude group, and Facebook didn't like that. So yeah, so I lost my original Facebook. That's why my Facebook says like 2017 or 18 or whatever, as far as my profile goes. The only thing I wish I could get my pictures back, but they won't even give me that.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to stop by throughtherough.net to check out our latest episodes, merchandise, and hit that donation tab to keep content coming. See you again next week.